Hey guys, Ron here, and welcome to a new series that I really hope will kick off on this channel, in which I show you guys around the real world, and we talk about all the cool objects, plants, and animals that inspired Pokemon. In the first episode, we're gonna look around my house and try to encounter all the Pokemon-related objects that we can find. In the second episode, we're gonna go outside into my neighborhood. Then the third episode, we're gonna venture outside beyond my neighborhood. Fourth episode, we can get out of this town. Fifth episode, we can get out of the country. And sixth episode, we can go to the moon and see some Clefable and Deoxys in the future. I don't know. That's when the Patreon is really successful. Hopefully you'll learn more about what inspired various Pokemon that you love. And you never know, this may encourage you to look at the real world and try to find all the things that it has in common with your favorite franchises or fictional stories, because it most certainly does. It's not just limited to Pokemon. But since we're beginning with the bedroom, I might as well start off with the bed. Now, Pokemon like Snorlax and Komala revolve around the natural necessity to sleep. Now, it's interesting to note that this bed was actually built by my dad and I. Komala actually got its wooden bed from its parents. And if you think of it, I kinda got it from my parents too. So, it's kinda like me. We both have wooden beds from our parents. That's the point I'm trying to make. Oh, it took a lot out of me to get up that stairs. That's what I have to do every day. Now, near my manly plushes, I have this Centifusor. Now, the Mustain line is actually based on Centifusor, Japanese ceremonial Centifusors, but the mist that comes out of my Centifusor doesn't let me see my dreams, or the dreams of my Pokemon. Now, I don't have a Spritzee plush, but Spritzee is also based on perfume. I also don't have perfume in my room, and we're not going to my mom's room to get some perfume. So we're gonna pretend this Centifusor is perfume. Now, I have this alarm clock here, but I don't actually use it. I use my phone, but Hoot Hoot could be a good alternative, since it is based on a clock. But enough sleep. Let's go to work. Let's go down to my desk. Oh my god. This is not good. Now, my desk is under my bed, and there's some pretty cool things to show you around here that have to do with Pokemon. First, as a 3D animator, I'm pretty familiar with the concept of subdivision that kind of demonstrates the evolution of the Porygon family, which is, it's a 3D graphics thing. Now, under that, we have a battery. Now, this battery can represent charge a bug or plus or minus, since a battery does have a negative and positive terminal. After that, we have some coins. Now, these could be the coins on a Meowth, but they're not, because the coins on a Meowth are Koban coins. And this plug literally looks like what inspired the head of an Elekid. And we got this magnet. I'm going to have you guess which Pokemon is based on magnets. Just put that right here. Now, on this side, we have these cool Kunai and Shuriken, which is exactly the kind that Greninja uses, but he uses water Shuriken. He's a water ninja. He's a frog. Over here we have paper. Now okay, you can barely see the paper since it's white. It's camouflage paper. If you just press it here, paper that I'm going to waste. I'm just going to try to fold, make some origami, is what Kartana is based on. I cannot do origami with one hand. Now, Kartana's color scheme and design is based on these Japanese ceremonial noshi, but I don't have them. Now, this beautiful rose here, we're going to use to represent the Rose Raid line, but this one's real. The rest are fake. Now, does fake plants remind you of any other Pokemon? Any other fake plant Pokemon? Now, every bedroom has a closet. If we look inside mine, we can find some cool things. That's the point I'm trying to make. We have these earmuffs that represent Whismur, because Whismur's ears are meant to act like earmuffs. We have these earphones. Now, I don't have any speakers in my room that look like Loudred speakers, so these are basically, headphones are basically just head speakers. That's basically what they are, Then we have these underwear. I guess these are exactly like what a Machoke wears. We have this fedora, or is this a trilby? I think this looks more like a fedora. Well, it lights up. Now, the two Pokemon who wear these hats are actually quite opposite. The Dark-type Honchkrow actually kind of wears a fedora, which resembles a mob boss's hat, while Elgyem does have a light-up head that does resemble a hat, more specifically a fedora that a secret government agent would wear who would apprehend an alien Pokemon that just landed, like Behem. Then we got this neck pillow. You're gonna have to guess which Pokemon has this neck pillow around their neck. The answer's Delcatty. You guessed too slowly. Now, the last thing in this closet that has any Pokemon significance is this dumbbell. Beldum is actually named after this dumbbell because it kind of looks like one, and it's as heavy. Oh my god, I think that's actually the point that they were trying to make. Now if we walk here, we can see a few ornaments, two of which resemble Pokemon. The first is what inspired Arcanine and Entei, a Chinese guardian lion, which are actually often mistaken for dogs. The ones that closely resemble dogs are what inspired Arcanine, and the ones that more resemble lions are kinda what Entei is all about. Now, next to it are literal glass jellyfish, which is what Jellicent is. Not Jellicent, did I say Jellicent? Sorry, I mean, it is a jellyfish, but I meant Nihilego. Nihilego is literally a glass jellyfish, and I guess, I mean, are these common? Are these a thing? Is this a thing that everybody has in their house, and is that what Ken Sugimori-san was like, I want this to be a Pokemon? I don't know, we'll find out in the future, probably never. Let me just kick this Drifloon out of here, get out of here, you dumb animal! Over here we have some plushes, these stuffed animals I didn't want to throw out, just like Stuffle. It's a stuffed animal I would never throw out. And over here we have this stuffed football, this plush football. I mean, we don't have real footballs in this house, we don't do sports. But Passimian is actually based on American football. Some people say rugby, but it has shoulder pads and helmets just like American football. It even has the fruit that it uses instead of a ball. And now I'm hungry. Let's go to the kitchen. And now we're in the kitchen, or as I like to call it, the sustenance spot. Let's check the fridge. And the first thing we see is some Moo milk, fresh out of the milk tank. Oh, and then some Chansey eggs, some tiny little Chansey eggs. Or they could be Execute in disguise. But we do know that Execute are more closely related to seeds, but we don't keep seeds in our fridge. And then I wish we had some Farfetch'd leek. You know, the thing that Farfetch'd holds. But the closest thing we have to a leek is the cousin, the onion. Now we have garlic here too, which is also closely related to leeks, but onions look cooler. And then we have a can of sliced mushrooms. Now these mushrooms are definitely not the poisonous mushrooms that Paris has on its back, the parasitic mushroom that Paris has on its back, or the poisonous mushroom that is a fungus. These are not little tiny fungi. They could be related to Shroomish. Definitely not Shroomish though, because Shroomish is huge. These are tiny. Now let's get a little more chill. If we squat down, we'll access the freezer. Now, in the freezer, we have the classic things. We have some fish, but there are a bunch of fish Pokemon, and I'm not going to get into the specific fish that is. But we have some ice cream. So let's give some nice representation to our favorite ice cream Pokemon, Vanillite. I love Vanillite. A lot of people don't. People like Vanillite. Most people don't like its evolved forms, but I want to give some appreciation to Vanillite because he's pretty cool. Now, while Vanillix isn't that popular, on the other side of the spectrum of popularity is Blaziken. Now, while Blaziken's too big to kill, we have a Torchic, a frozen Torchic. Yeah, I mean, hey, fire types are pretty dangerous in the house, so that's why we have a carbon monoxide detector. Now, having an oven in the house is kind of like having a fire-type Pokemon, or at least a fire-electric type, like Rotom. Now, what if I told you that these bananas right here are the fruit straight from Atropius' neck? They aren't, we're not that cruel. But, what if these spoons were stolen from an Alakazam? I would probably be dead if that were the case. These are just normal spoons. Now, what if this was literally the husk of a Litwick? What's with these rhetorical questions that are obviously false? I don't know. And this duster was designed to resemble a Minchino's tail, which Minchino uses to clean its habitat. And what if I left these keys out in the open? Would a Klefki steal them? Probably not, they don't exist. Now, you never know. Maybe this trash right here can mutate into a Trubbish. Or, if I left it out for millions of years, some animal would evolve alongside it and become an animal that looks kind of like a Trubbish. Now, what do I do with this? Oh. Okay, well, I guess now that we're near this half bathroom, might as well talk about Darumaka. Apparently, people in Unova used to use its droppings to keep themselves warm. Let's go inside that bathroom. Not for the Darumaka droppings, not for other things. Now, we have these cotton swabs. Now, we can give you a prettier fact about cotton swab than Darumaka droppings. Now, these cotton swabs are what Swablu's name comes from. Swablu. But actual cotton, now this is not technically actual cotton, but let's roll with it. Actual cotton is what Cottony is based on. I mean, that's pretty easy. You knew that. Now, if I were to leave the water on like an idiot, the hot water especially, we would get some steam up in here. And summon Volcanion or something? I don't know, I didn't really read up on its lore. And now we're back in my room to show you a few things I found around the house that relate directly to a few Pokemon. Now, we have these bunch of cables that are kind of like our versions of circuitry. After all, it's from another dimension, so, I mean, the people of the Pokemon world don't even have circuitry there. Now, these gems that you see right here, they kind of remind me of the gems are on a few Pokemon's heads that amplify their psychic powers, like Espeon or Golduck, or are just there to represent carbuncle origins, like Persian or Carbink. This brush right here is kind of like a Smeargle's tail, which is a paintbrush. And this dreidel, this green dreidel, is basically a Jewish top. It's what Hitmontop's all about, or partially about. And on the Hanukkah topic, staying on that for a few seconds, we have this menorah, this Hanukkah that kind of has the same aesthetic as Lampent. Because, I mean, I do have lanterns outside, but that's for the next episode when we go outside. Now, this pool floaty could be the skin of a Weasel. Could be. You can't prove anything. And finally, these pearls around my neck could be the pearls that Spoink uses to amplify its powers, or they can be tiny clam pearls. But recently people have been speculating that clam pearl is actually a fish egg. I mean, it makes sense since it evolves into fishes. Fish is the proper plural. It's fun to learn things. That's what this whole thing is about. Okay, I'm tired. Now, guys, please, just look around and you'll see all the cool things that inspired artists to create your favorite worlds and stories and characters. And if you leave a like in this video, I'll know to make another one, an episode where we actually go outside, and I would like that a lot. So make sure to subscribe for more and check the description for links to my Patreon, to my social media, because it's really important that you guys follow me on Twitter. And for now, I'll see you guys very soon.